Schizophrenic Jester was written back in 2008 for my 2009 album, The Carnival. So it was well on its way to being a remix for the Titus remix album, which ended up not being a remix album, but ended up being an album of its own. Again, I didn't want to like stifle the artistic integrity of that. You know, it kind of was that whole album is all about being expressive, and not repressive. So, cause I felt like a lot of times in my life that I was, I was looked down upon for, like potentially being who I am today. So, like, there's times when I was growing up that people were mad at me because they were afraid I was going to become who I am today. So, which I don't know what's so wrong about it because people love me for who I am today. So I'm kind of like, whatever. And they all thought I was going to be gay, so I think that's what they were dealing with. But I'm your metrosexual GQ Details magazine wannabe. Like, I'm that guy that is what's that magazine's enough. But for Schizophrenic Jester, I really, I wanted to, what I wanted to do, I don't want to be so serious, because I was so serious with adrenaline. I was trying to prove myself that I'm good, I had been making music since 2004, so with Adrenaline, Love Inferno, Adrenaline, Titus, VIP Music, and then all the other songs in between, I'm not even kidding, it's like maybe 30 songs and like 20 core songs I put on my albums and whatnot. I just was like, I'm done. I'm done with the wordless, I'm done with, I want to say stuff now. And so before 2010, I wrote this song called You Wanna Bite for mybitesite.com for Brad and Sarah. And I made like 3 versions and they picked the one that they liked the best, which I like the best. It's called it's called Duh Mix, DUHMIX, because it was like the lyrics are, you wanna bite, yeah I wanna bite, you wanna bite, yeah I wanna bite, you wanna bite, duh. So that's the remix name. But Schizophrenic Jester, I wrote it because I wanted to I was just a little bit I was going stir crazy, because I'm like, oh, I want to say something, I want to write a song with words already, I don't care what it says, I just have to say something, I'm schizophrenic. And I thought, oh, what? So I looked through my journal, looked through all my history and my time in my life, because they say write what you know. So I wrote what I know, and every song I've written so far. Anyways, I've never not written a song about some subject I don't know. I'm just a poster. Anyway, so I'm a poster child. Anyway, so in Schizophrenic Jester, I was thinking about like how my dad was like, settle down, spaz, and all my friends were like, you're crazy, or something, you're just a joker, or oh, you're never, serious. And I'm thinking, oh, what was that question? How come you're never serious around me? And I'm like, well, I don't take you serious because you're always dating someone new. So you don't deserve to be taken seriously when you don't take yourself seriously, especially in your love life. So what had happened was, so for Schizophrenic Jester, the song was 5 minutes, and then I cut it down to 4, then I cut it down to 3, and so now it sits happily at, it was 240. I went up and down with that. So I really wanted to recreate, like that driven kick that, you always hear in techno music, because I hated it for years at first, because my mom also was techno, and like the Dance Mix USA stuff. I hated it because all I heard, and slowly but surely I liked it. And I started to actually want to invest my music into techno, my direction into techno. So slowly but surely I've moved into electronica, but it's more pop style. What was the process writing this song? I was bored and I was tired, and I decided that I wasn't going to do any word lists, so I don't care what I said. The next song I wrote or single I had was going to have words on it. So I was in the middle of writing this song called Super Love, and it's a pop song, pure pop, and I was just like, no, I don't want it. It's like dance-inspired pop, and then I was like, no, I don't want to work on this anymore, so I put it away for a minute, and then I started writing Schizophrenic Jester, and I thought, everyone called me spaz, this, that, and the other, like, what would be like the one thing, the one word that would sum up it all, because I like to use big words that say everything I feel like, and so, schizophrenic. I'm just a schizophrenic. So that was gonna be the song, and then I felt like, no, let's not just do Justin because it's kind of serious, you know, schizophrenia. I didn't realize how serious it was at the time, and maybe about like 80 people were like mad at me because they're like, you can't make fun of schizophrenia. I'm like, I'm not. I'm saying that I am. But I didn't understand me. They didn't understand me. I didn't understand them. I just thought they were being mean and malicious, and they thought I was being mean and malicious. And it's no good when you're misunderstood. So Schizophrenic ended up. I took a minute from recording, and I looked over my scale book because I really wanted to get some ideas. So I play the violin, so I looked at my scale book and just threw out Mendelssohn and all these crescendos and arpeggios and accent notes and whatnot. And accent notes are like exclamation marks for questions. And so I thought, I'm gonna do a scale for this song. I'm just gonna do a scale. And so I did a scale before Justin Bieber did this la 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 love me. So cutting edge over here, this guy. So Schizophrenic ended up just the process was kind of like really quick. Like I really didn't think. I just was like, I'm just a schizophrenic Jester. It's good. My mom was like, how are you ever gonna perform this song? I'm like, I guess I'm only gonna say I'm just a schizophrenic Jester in the parts where I say it fully, and in the parts where it goes, I'm just gonna dance around with people. Glow in the dark sticks. What inspired the cover art? The cover art originally came from when I was experimenting doing a YouTube show. I was trying to do all these things. I was trying to find my niche in YouTube, and I was trying to find like what type of character, what type of show I should have that would get me noticed, to get my music noticed. And then eventually I discovered that I'm just gonna record me being a weirdo during my life. So it's a real reality show. And I was over against that wall over there, and I was doing like, how some people stand in one spot and just talk, and the vloggers. Well, I don't really want to do that. So my show goes around town, and I do everything wherever I go. It just comes with me, and I upload it, and it goes away. So I was over there, and I couldn't think of something to say. I was like, so I just like, and so I kept watching the video again and again. And this is back when I was using I used Pro Tools for music and Sony for music, but I was using this pirated video software. Now I use Sony video, and then I actually use YouTube's video editing software. But anyway, so for this video, I was using Adobe. That's what I was using. And so I was able to zoom in and out and do all these cool, magical, break all the walls, creativity thing. And I just took the picture of me right here, and I made that the single cover. And I put my name and whatnot. And then I took the song down because I put it into an album, and I didn't want to have the song up there 3 times because it was a Singles Question and in Titus, and then also in the Carnival. So I was just like, I don't need it up there that much. And so I took it down, and then I re-released it again. Actually, last month I re-released it again worldwide, but I made a new cover for the picture because I just felt like the old cover was kind of cartoony and silly, and I recently became a model, so I wanted to use pictures from my modeling career to kind of help me promote my music. So everything I've ever done has always promoted my music. So my stand-up, my YouTube show, my playing the violin at Van Wezel, everything is just turned back at my techno, because that's what I want to be as an artist. Anyway, so that's kind of what the cover art came from 2 times in a row. It just came from exhaustion. So that picture that I'm looking back, and now the picture for the song, I'm just exhausted. The photo shoot was so yeah, I guess I answered that question. As a producer, what was something new you brought to this song? In the middle of the breakdown of the song, I couldn't really think of what to do for the breakdown, because otherwise the song was just going to be a remix of itself within itself. And I thought, it's kind of paradoxy. I don't really like that, so I didn't want to do that. Because I already did that with VIP Music, the cover, and then the remix, and then the breakdown, and then the picture. Not cover, but anyways. So for this one, I was busy on YouTube looking up, other musicians like myself and artists like myself, and I was looking up New York because I felt like I really want to end up in New York. So I was looking through New York, and I was listening to other DJs and whatnot, and they all had this really cool hi-hat. And I was like, who is this artist with this hi-hat? And it turned out it was Benny Benassi. So I wanted to do a Benny Benassi hi-hat. And kind of like Trent Moeller has that tick about him that you recognize. Will people recognize my kick a little bit? Oh, that's Shawn. I don't know how they recognize it too. And people said it to my face, like I knew this was you versus, like, oh. And we would listen to like other techno that I would totally blend into. And they could tell it was me, which I thought was kind of cool. So something new I wanted to bring. I had this vision in my head of driving in New York, the streets of New York, and at nighttime, no one on the streets. Those of you who live in New York and watching this in New York know that's a dream. No one, there's always people there in the streets, and you can never have moments yourself. So I thought, how cool it would be to have the street lights passing over the car. You know how they like us and they come really quick as they're like going over the car. And I thought, how cool would it be to envision that while you're listening to the song. So in the song, I wanted to, for something new, I didn't want to do dubstep. I didn't want to do angry. I didn't want to do malicious. I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to kind of relax in the song. In all the craziness, there's a downside, or there is downtime to being me, and there is downtime for your disease or for your vice or for your job. There's always that one spot where it's just like, I gotta relax a little bit, and then I want to get back to the grind. That's kind of what the song is like. Inspired is chilling and coming back to it. Am I making any sense at all? Did you listen to any new music during the recording process? Yes, I listened to some people during the recording process. I listened to this underground artists in New York on YouTube and SoundCloud, and there's another MySpace at the time. And as MySpace was, I was just leaving MySpace at that time. I was just done with this because it kept getting so complicated to use. I was like, it's not user friendly. I'm done. But no, during the process, no. I definitely found Benny Benassi. I found Benny Benassi through Madonna. Celebration was the song, the remix. Because Paul Oakenfold normally did her remixes and whatnot. And that's kind of how I found Benny Benassi. Through Madonna, through New York DJs, through my own before Spotify. So that's kind of the story of Schizophrenic Jester. It's a song that forces my weirdness down your throat, and not a good kind of force. Like I'm abruptly here. So I enjoy it. It's probably one of my favorite songs, and it's actually one of my other friends' favorite songs. She's like, I like this one so much more, and I'm like, I'm not even trying. So that's Schizophrenic Jester.
Schizophrenic. I'm just a schizophrenic. I'm just a schizophrenic. Jester. I'm just a schizophrenic. I'm just a schizophrenic. schizophrenic. I'm just a schizophrenic. I'm just a schizophrenic. Jester. Schizophrenic. I'm